Hey, welcome back to Jim's Eye View. And recently, Kwame Brown was on the Pivot podcast where they talked about a range of things from starting out in the league at such an early age, being the number one draft pick, to Gilbert Arenas, to playing with Kobe and under MJ. It turned out to be a great interview. Go check it out on the Pivot podcast. But I wanted to highlight a few minutes from the podcast where Kwame was asked about his behaviors on YouTube and why he took the route that he did of kind of using a lot of expletives and going back and forth with people. And I wanted to play that answer because that comes up a lot. I even created this particular YouTube channel because of the amount of cuss words he used and the going back and forth with people. I noticed that there's a crowd of people that don't really like that. And I just thought I would highlight that particular moment from the show so people can get a better understanding, if they don't have one already, as to why he does the things that he does on YouTube or why he's done some of them. And then I'll follow up with my commentary. But I'm sharing based on fair use.
I can be honest, and everyone you speak to, when you say you're going to have Kwame Brown on, it's all like, oh, for real? Mm-hmm. What are you going to get? And I don't know how much longer we're going to go, but I want to say this. What you've talked about are traumatic experiences that aren't unique to you, but that are unique experiences for a human. Mm-hmm. You have processed those in an extremely mature and adult way. And the way that you've communicated, at least with us right now, throughout the beginning of this show, this episode, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, it's actually phenomenal, bro. Yeah. And I want to commend you on that, because I think people will constantly go at humans who have experienced a level of trauma that they never will without being able to understand how that changes a person.
Yeah.
And so, man, I appreciate you.
To me, it's confusing why people don't understand what I was doing. I even said it on live several times. There's a song, Sexy Little B, Sexy Little H, let her play in your throat babies. I'm trying to bust all on you. We monetize black males that talk like I talk on the internet. Our culture, I was trying to show them our culture. 30, 40,000, 60,000 people watching me curse people out just because they're used to seeing that. It was like a number one draft pick doing it, so it's new, it's fresh, so let me see what he's doing. So I gave them what they actually wanted. And that's what we're monetized in our society. We want to hear black males talk ignorant, talk about killing. The women are talking about, we had Beyonce. Now, I love Beyonce. We had Beyonce say, church girls go twerk. That's crazy. I don't see no other culture, no other race talking about sex, drugs, and murder the way our culture does. So I just brought it to the internet.
But why would you, because you seem very in tune into what we go through in our communities, the perceptions of our communities, and you chose to make that decision knowing how people will perceive you, and then cast that perception on the lot of black people. Mm-hmm. And for you to be able to say that it's monetized, that they want to see it, it's what's expected of us, and then still do it, though, that doesn't make sense to me if you know how that perception is going to affect the community. So why would you still give people what they're expecting or what they're wanting when you can sit here like this and legitimately change lives? I'm listening to you right now, and I'd put you in front of any group of kids, anybody that's ever been through anything, and say, listen to this man, his knowledge can help you. You had an opportunity to do that because the world was listening to you because they wanted the bullshit, and you gave it to them. Why would you do that?
Because of interviews like this. They still listening. It's like I tell people in real life, I'm not a one-trick pony, I'm a real person. Everybody has more than one facet. Everybody code switches. Most people talk like I talk in the barbershop when they go home. I brought the barbershop to the internet. I brought the coffee shop talk to the internet. That's how people really feel. That's how people really talk. My cousin, my uncle, they talk like that. My grandmother would cuss you out and then make you a sandwich. I mean, that's just was our culture. So we shouldn't be so offended. But I just see that how can you be so upset by a former athlete talking like this when you have rappers that you're paying millions of dollars and they're influencing the kids more than me? They're going to talk to the kids more than me in a sit-down meeting talking like this. Kids don't listen to people who talk like this. I did that so they can listen, and now I can just sneak in a little bit of juice.
Now, I can totally understand what Kwame is saying. Our culture tends to like the bullshit. We like to listen to people arguing or going back and forth. You like to hear those old cuss words and stuff sometime. However, I think that there's more of a happy median somewhere where he can do both, or maybe leave that on his beef channel and clean up the Kwame Brown Bus Life channel and just deliver in a way that he did on the Pivot. I think that more doors will open for him, more interviews, so they can get to see the other side of Kwame and not the side that they have considered to be angry or upset or disgruntled. You really showed a lot of people in this interview, and I saw that the feedback in the comments was very good as well. When I created the Gems from Kwame Brown's channel, who knew that it would grow to over 30,000 people? So there's definitely a lane of people that want to hear Kwame, but they don't want to hear all of the going back and forth and the drama. I like the idea. I like when Kwame started doing the uploads on his Kwame Brown Bus Life channel, and that's just some quick snippets that kind of get to the point and are more focused on topics that are currently happening. I would encourage you to do some more of those if you're listening, Kwame, because you have a lot to bring. A lot of people do want to hear you, and I hope that you're able to capitalize on some of these opportunities that are coming your way and that will come because of the way you handled yourself on the Pivot and the way people were able to perceive you. I know you mentioned previously that you're going to start holding back some of the cussing. I think that you may have a bigger outreach or bigger impact if you are able to tone it back or keep that separate from your main channel. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, peace.